What's going on, guys? It's your brother O.T.G. The O.T.G's for Overtime Grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, all that cool stuff. Today we got Ableton Live 11. I got a couple drum loops, a couple samples or loops open. I got a drum loop and a sample right here. And what we're going to do today is we're going to chop down the drum loops, show you how to make a drum kit out of the drum loop, and then we're going to chop down the sample and show you how to put it in mute groups. That way you could kind of play it like a traditional MPC or something of that nature, and then we might make a beat, just depending how long it takes. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Follow me at 365 O.T.G on all social media. Make sure you check out this masterclass because I'm building it now. I got a couple videos over there, but this is the start of adding on to the Ableton class. I normally don't get into the software that much, but it's coming in the winter time. I think it's good to spice it up. So I'm going to add on some Ableton Live tutorials probably once or twice a week and some non-talking videos. All right, guys. So off camera, I have my Launchpad, Novation Launchpad MK3. I don't think it was the right time to show on the screen. I need the screen more than I need to show you what buttons I'm pushing on the MK3. So first, you see I have two audio channels. We're in what's called clip view. This is the clip view right here. If you click over there, this is session view. If you leave open, if you notice in Ableton, if you leave stuff open, you could go to the help. I believe if we click over here, you can click this open right here. There you go, and show and hide the help. So if you have a problem and don't know what's going on, you can kind of just scroll over, and down here you'll see everything. So like this right here, this switches. Notice this is arrangement view and this is session view. So we're in the session view. I call it the clip view. This is where we're going to work. Some people like to work in the piano roll. I'll show you, or in the arrangement screen. I'm going to show you how to get it done from over here. This is where a lot easier for newer people. So first what we're going to do is we're going to work on the drum loop. If you don't have your IO and everything open right here, you could turn that on. Sends, returns, all of this stuff, okay? So you can add all that. This is my normal way of having it. If you move your mouse right here, you can move it up. I'm going to collapse the help view. So right now you see we have our warp marker right there. That's what that is. And we have these little grayed out markers, and they're kind of telling you where the transients are in the beat. So what I'm going to do is just double click on the markers. I'm not going to choose that one. I'm going to grab between the numbers, and I'm going to set one right there and one right here. We're going to push that back up, move over here. You got to double click them. So I'm just going to double click right there where most of the markers are. And this is essentially you setting your slices, right? So this is the easiest. It's not the easiest, but this is one of the methods that you can utilize doing your slices. So on the ones where they're zoomed in, you could just zoom in, and you could zoom in close and get a lot closer. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to show you. And yep, I'm going to click them all. You know, I think this is a good habit to get into. There's some other ways that you could kind of put the markers there. But I like when you're new for you to figure it out and just kind of do it the long way. When you do it the long way, you know how to do it the right way. You get what I mean? So I'm going to skip this one. We're going to have a double kick in there some places. This is pretty much the same all the way across. So what we're going to do is we'll do it to 4 bars. We'll just do these 3 bars actually. We'll zoom out. We'll grab it right here, pull it to 4, bring our end marker, leave it wherever it was at actually. It was at 8, okay. Now, what we're going to do is we can erase that marker, right click, click delete. So now I'm going to right click and I'm going to press slice to new MIDI track. I'm going to use the built-in marker, boom. So what it did now is it created our slices. Actually, it didn't. Let's go back. We're going to right click and we're going to use slice to MIDI track, boom. We're going to use built-in. Create 1 slice per warp marker. My bad. I was tripping. And we're going to use the built-in. We're going to press OK. And now you can see our slices. If we come over here, you know, it made this channel right there. So let's erase this one. What it does is it makes a channel where you could just play the loop. So I'll hit my stop buttons. We'll press play. So it's playing the actual chops. We don't need the chops, right? So if we come over, see it's set to loop. So what we want to do is hit this button right here. It'll bring it out. We hit this button down here, it'll expand it. See, if we press IO, it'll go. So what we want to do is first we want to change the way that our sample plays, okay? So we want to change it from classic, where it's looping. We don't want it to loop. We want to do a 1 shot. Turn that up some. So we want to go through 1 shot, 1 shot, 1 shot, 1 shot. So what I want to do, the better way to show you is just to grab it. See, 1 shot, slice 2, slice 3. If I use my arrow key, I could just go down. 4, 5, 1 shot. 6, 1 shot. 6, there we go. 7, 1 shot. 8, 1 shot. 9, 1 shot, right? So if I wanted to use that, right, I would double click, make a empty clip. Right now I have it on fold, so we're going to scroll down to slice 1. So let's put it in our normal places, 1, 2, 1, 4. Let's press play. Let's add another. So let's say we want to use this as a hi-hat. Now, if I go up and click at the top, double click drum loop, maybe I want to work on that hi-hat. number 4. See it? So what we want to do, maybe I want to transpose it. Can turn down the volume right here. All right. So let's say we have something simple like that, right? Now we have our sample. So let's go over here, double click our sample, boom. And now, same thing. I can just go in, let's go in. I'm just going to grab some random markers. I'm going to leave some space so I have some space to manipulate from when I press play or when I click a pad. Or whenever I trigger a sample is probably the right terminology, that there's room to actually play. It doesn't cut off quickly. Plus, I'm not really trying to make too many chops. But let's go through and let's get a good amount, because we're going to have to turn them all and put them in a mute group in order to have them play in a way that makes sense, like a traditional sampler. So now we have some picked. Now let's go to slice to new MIDI track. It's still selected warp marker. Current clip is 32 beats long and will result in 23 slices. We're going to hit OK. We're going to erase the clip that it makes. We're going to erase the original clip. Or let's leave it. So I hit Command Z. Let's leave it for now. If we're happy with our slices, then we can mess with those. If we're unhappy with the slices, then we can reslice. We're going to hit our hamburger button right here. We're going to hit IO. We're also going to show our slice preview. Okay. So now we could go through and listen. So for some of you guys, if you notice that it's looping, if you need to move over to see what's happening down here in the bottom, you could grab, slide over. So right now it's in a gate mode. When I push the pad down or I push a key, it only plays as long as my finger's on the pad, similar to the SP404 or no dawn on the MPC. When I hold that note down, it'll just keep looping. That's pretty cool in sampling, because that can help you if you have a sample that's too short. But you might want to have this sample keep playing. So this is slice 1. What I'm going to do is add this to a choke group. See this word choke? That's the same as a mute group. I'm going to put it on 1. I'm going to run through and put all of these on 1. Alternatively, I could select them all, but repetition will teach you guys how to do it the right way and teach you not to forget. All right, so now I want to switch it over to 1 shot, and it plays until it stops. Now we're going to go each slice, switch it to 1 shot, and it's going to play until we select another pad. So we're going to select all these right here and put them in 1 shot mode. Here we go. And see, I want that one. So what I'm going to do, put it in the mute group. I'm going to put that one in the mute group. I'm just going to go through and add all of these to the mute group. You get what I'm saying? So then that way I could play around with each one and see what combination makes the best. Then we could go through and extend our drums even more. But it's important to understand how to get these mute groups together, because if not, you're going to struggle with getting the sampling down, getting your samples down on Ableton, okay? So now that we got that, I think slice 8, slice 9, we're going to put in a one-shot mode, one-shot mode, one-shot mode, one-shot mode, one-shot mode. And when we get more advanced, I'll show you how to just save this. So when you chop a sample, it may just automatically set up for you in this way. But that's when you get more advanced. You know what I mean? So we're going to go through and just do it manually. Like I said, boom. Now we're in one-shot mode. Or some know-it-all, come say it in the comments. So I have a little something I think will be cool. So what I'm going to do now is just hit the record button. And we messed up. So we're going to erase it. I got to remember what I was playing. All right, let's go. And I messed up on my comeback, but we're going to move that to 8 bars. And now we're going to press right here. We can erase this or just, let's just mute it. And here we go. So I like those. I'm not even going to quantize. What I am going to do is go through and fix some of the velocity on some notes. We want to actually, I'll move those back up and we'll select all of these together. So we got those selected and we'll bring those down right here. Okay. And now we got this right here. I may stagger those to kind of bring the volume up to loud. Bring it down just a little bit more. Bring because they sound a little crazy. All right. And so now what we could do is come back over to our drums. If we hit this fold button, we can unfold it. Right now it's just telling us where we have sound selected. If I hit this fold button, it'll unfold. See? And then we can listen. I didn't mean to add those there. Oh. We gotta go back over here, take this off and select our drums. I'm gonna add a kick there. I'm gonna add one here. I'm gonna bring it down lower, the velocity. I'm gonna put another one right here. Maybe I want to change my grid, right? So I'm gonna right click and choose a 30-second grid. I'm gonna add another kick right there. See? Let's add we'll add that there. All right. That way down. Okay. And so now that we got that together, we're gonna hit our fold again so we can see our basic drums. All right. And so now what I would recommend doing is we would copy that and paste it right here. So right now, let's rename it, and we can name this the full drums. And now we can rename this to no hi-hats. Right? And then let's erase all of those. Right there. And then now let's copy this and put it right here, and let's trigger it from over here. Here we go. Okay, so now we got that. I kind of want that snare to hit smack a little harder. And maybe I want to have, first before we do that, let's copy this and let's do rename, and let's do no snare. Let's erase that. And that. Let's copy this one, put it here, and press play. Here we go. We can erase these, right? Because we don't need those anymore. The sample's gone. Now, we're going to let it play, and then right now we're going to switch it over to 3. Here we go. All right. So while I was doing that, I want to fix some things. I want to add a limiter to my master fader. So I'm go over here to dynamics. I'm going to drag the limiter and drop it on the master. I might mess with the gain some. Ease it up just a little bit. Alright. And now I want to bring down my sample some. Maybe my sample, I want to do some work to it. So let's grab the EQ, drag the EQ, put it on there. Maybe I want to bring the highs up. Look how high I brought it up. But it still sounds pretty cool, right? I hear a click on a specific sample though, right there. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna bring this back over. We're gonna see what sample it is. I think it's 15 or 19. Let's see. It's 15. So on 15, what we're going to do, because you can hear a click, let's move this up. Will it let us? Nope. We can't move it up. So let's move our start point up a little bit. If we need, we can fade it in right here. But let's just listen to it. Here it comes right now. Still sound like it was doing that clipping. That clicking. Not so much of a clipping, but a clicking. Might be alright in the beat. Here we go. Let's stop it. Let me see with the attack. No, let's not do that on there. We want to move this over here, and then we're going to do the fade in. Now let's go back and play it. Let's go back over here. There we go. And there's a snap button, but it's cool. So let's go back and play our full. We got our full thing playing now. Works for me, right? All right. So now I want to go check and see if I come over here. Right, so we have our slice, you know, slice 5 is our snare, right? So let's go over and find a reverb. We drag it right here so it's on the snare. Now, once we add this reverb, what we want to do is first density, we can change it to high. We want to remove some of the dry, the wet. We want it to be there. There we go. And maybe I want the snare to still have a little slap. So what I'm going to do is go to my EQ8 and drop it on my drum loop. We can compensate that in the high, see? Now that we've brightened it up some, what we could do now is come back over, and we could go to our hi-hat, and we could turn it down right here. Now, if we want to come add some thump to our kick, we could see where it's happening. See it right here? Let's add it. We can come and change the way this works. So if we want to cut it, if we want to just get nasty and add a crazy thump, I switched that right there, and our shelf cut off the low end, so now it's just coming in right where the majority of the kick is sitting. See, my snare is right there, so if I came here to number 3, if I wanted to change its curve, I could, but we'll leave it where it's at. And now, see, so we could hit the snare right there. We're gonna adjust the volume just a little bit. All right, and so now we got a pretty good thing going on, and we don't really have no swing. You know, we could come to the grooves if we wanted. You know what I mean? And throw some grooves on there, but that's for another day. So let's now go and find us a simple bass, right? So we're gonna go over to sounds. We're gonna go to bass. Let's see if we just got a sub, an 808 sub, or sub bass. Kind of want one with a sustain. No, that works. So we're going to just drag and drop. We're just gonna do simple bass. And I'm gonna wait for it to come through. Super simple bass line. This is just to show you guys how to get started. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, let's do it. Alright, and so I'm at the stop button because I got that right. I'm gonna come through, move that to 8 bars. I'm gonna get rid of this note right here because I know I messed up. We're gonna erase that, and then what we're gonna do is press play. 1, 2, 3, let's do it. Alright. going to go ahead and make this a little easier for you guys. We're going to erase these, and we're going to trigger this one by hand. So now that we have our beat together, what we're going to do is we're going to hit record. We're going to hit stop first on everything that we got. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to hit the record button. We're going to undo that. So we're going to go edit, undo. And what we're going to do is we're going to trigger number 4. See? And then we're going to press stop. So now we're going to press record, and it's going to start with that. Let's add the bass now. And so what I did was I played it off. You guys probably didn't notice that. But if you need to have help, you could just watch right here. I'm going to press stop. And now I'm going to bring the full beat in by pressing it here. Okay. Okay. Now, if I want, I could switch this. No hi-hats. Now let's switch it to no snare. If we take this off too. Let's bring it down to no snare. And let's stop the bass. Let's bring it down to no hi-hats. Let's stop it. Play. Just for video purposes, I'm gonna wrap it up. I would do a little bit more. Let's wrap it. Let's press stop. All right. So if you notice, you have this button right here. You click that and press play. Boom. When you press that, you'll see this show up here. If I go over here and click my session, my arrangement view, let's move that. You can see now the arrangement that we just recorded, that we just played, is now recorded, and we could go in and make all kinds of changes to that. So let's press play, and you can see our arrangement. So I think this is a good place to stop right here. Hopefully you guys got some value from this and you learned something. You know, just to recap, we just had a drum loop and a sample. We didn't go too amazing. We just using Ableton sounds inside of the program. We did some light EQing. We added a limiter to the master. We chopped it down. We did some sample editing. We did a lot of stuff that you could see you could do by hand, and shows Ableton is more than powerful, and it's not as hard as you think it is. Sometimes you just gotta have some idea of where things are. You know, this is just barely scratching the surface. But these are some of the main things that you need to know, especially if you're sampling. I could get into a lot of other technical jargon, but I know you guys are just looking to get started. So we started, right? And over time, I'll make these. You already know how I do. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you follow all of my social media. You can check out the masterclass as usual. Like everything else, it has lifetime updates. It gives you the ability to download the projects It gives you templates if I upload them. It gives you drum packs if I upload them, and access to all kinds of stuff that I may utilize when I'm doing these videos or making music. You become a part of the team for life. So, anytime I upload, you'll get an email, and it's for life. So check that out, and inshallah, you found some value. Everything's good with you. Your families are great. You're great. You're feeling blessed that you can create music. You're happy that you have access to programs like Ableton Live, and you're thankful. I'm thankful for you guys, even if you hate me. All the Mr. Know-It-Alls, I know you guys are going to be in the comments. All the people who rock with me regularly, thank you. I appreciate you, and have a great day. It's your brother O.T.G.